Undirected team. How's it going, y'all? I am DotSale, the undirected guy. We gotta talk about this team. We have got to talk about this. Lower the price. Drop the price. We've been hearing it ever since Nintendo decided to make Mario Kart, $80. And we predicted that other companies would follow suit. There's about 4 main players in the gaming industry right now. You have Nintendo, which we just mentioned. We have Xbox, Microsoft. We have Sony, PlayStation, and we have Steam, Valve, the Steam Deck. And those are the main guys in the console type situation. You know, Valve is more of a handheld, but so is Nintendo. They can all be docked, so you still look at them as console gaming for the most part. But the issue with this all is that they pretty much have carte blanche to do whatever they want, but not necessarily. See, us as consumers, we have a say in it. And, you know, we can talk with our wallets, but the problem is that it's hard for us to really unionize and everybody be on the same page, because we have all these fools that continue to, some people call it shill, some people call it fanboyism. There's all these different things, though, that are going on within the industry that are making it very, very difficult for us to come together as one, for us to protest, and for us to come out with and fight and shoot our way through these corporations that are taking advantage of us as the consumers. Now, I actually sold my Xbox Series X, and I'll show you the proof of that here, although I'm sure you guys believe me, but we'll show it to you here. When was this? This was about actually, I'm gonna look exactly when it was. Yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago. No, about a month ago. I sold it. So you can see it right here. This is my listing on Facebook Marketplace. I might not zoom in very much, but you can see that's the Xbox there. Got my 2 amiibos down at the bottom of it, of the picture. And this was actually the Xbox I got on launch day. You probably are wondering how much I sold it for. I'm not gonna scroll down and show the person that bought it. I sold it for $280. My used Xbox Series X. I probably put less than 50 hours on it since I bought it. Literally, this is the launch day system. My PS5 is also a launch day system. Got it, I guess, what would that be, like 2022? And I didn't want to totally give up on Xbox. So what I did is I said, I don't really need the disc drive anymore. Some of the main games I play are games that I bought at some point. And hold on no, never mind. I got like my machine's going off in the back. Sorry if the audio's if it's not the best. Anyways, hold on 1 second. This is my son. Hold on. I gotta answer this. What's up, kid?
No, I'm staying after because I missed a test in first hour because of the race.
How long are you staying after for?
Probably for about like 45 minutes. It won't really take me that long. I know pretty much all of it.
Okay, all right. Well, do a good job on your test. Absolutely proud of you for getting it done, stepping up, and not needing to be told to do so. I think that's excellent. And I'll look forward to seeing you in, you said 40? So you want me to get there about 3:45-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll see you in a little bit, kid.
All right.
All right. Shout out to the younger generation. And I do this live, team, as you can see. None of this is planned. And, you know, one of the things that I look at is I look at our generations coming up underneath us. And us right now, like, to be honest, the people that are probably between like 25 to 50, I would say, it's a wide range, are the ones that are pretty much controlling the bulk of the money that goes into the gaming industry, okay? The younger kids can't really afford it. So if the younger kids want a Nintendo Switch 2, they're probably not going to get it. Most likely their parents are going to get themselves the Switch 2, and then they might pass on their Switch Lite or their Switch OLED or even the OG Nintendo Switch to their children. and they'll be stuck with that. Now, I do want to get into what this actual video is about, and you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, and you're probably wondering like what is going on, and maybe you've already heard something about this. I might be about a day late, but I do it in a more thorough way than most. The Xbox Series X, right? Oh, and I did want to show y'all this too before we get there. So I actually have, because remember I said I sold my other one. We got distracted by the kid calling. I'm always going to answer for him, even if I'm recording live. I have right here is a 1 terabyte Xbox Series S, because I just didn't feel like I needed the X anymore. I thought this was just fine. So I have this. You can see it's still sealed. I've had it actually for some months now, and I just haven't got around to opening it. Now, it might be a good thing because, well, just for me in this small situation, because the value of this box has actually increased since I bought it. And we're going to look and see right here. If you go down right here to the bottom of the screen, I'll actually blow it up. Let's make it really big right here. This is the exact system that I have right here. This one I just showed you, this one right here is the exact same one. This is a 1 terabyte SSD Xbox Series S right here. And I didn't pay full price for it because I never would. So I didn't get it for $349, but you know, I did pay for it. And now it's actually increased $80 in price. So if I was to sell this system, I would be able to get $80 more roughly than what I would get, I guess. You know, what Xbox did was basically say, instead of what this guy's begging for right here, he's begging, he's holding a sign up. He's got the white sign up. He's conceded defeat. Drop it the price. Drop it the price. Please drop it the price. Xbox said, absolutely not. They said, no, we need all the money. We need it. And they said, this is how we feel about you. You gamers are stupid. You're dumb. You're going to pay whatever we tell you to. We got Game Pass. We got the best value in the gaming industry with Xbox. I'm Phil Spencer. I run everything. Hey, you going to pay y'all, go pay our price. You go work at your job where you make $14 an hour. You're going to pay, was it 14? 14, 30, 45, 60, 75. You're going to pay about five hours of your life just to be able to afford the Xbox. This is crazy, team. They ain't lowering the price. Let's go into, I think I got Wario right here. He's going to show us exactly how everything's went up. Let's see what we got. Going forward, here are the expected prices for the various Xbox consoles. Oh, and not to mention the games are going up too, but we'll get to that in a second. The Xbox Series S 512 went up $379 from $299. We looked at the 1 terabyte. We already know it's $429 from $349. The Series X Digital has went up $100. And the Xbox 2 gig Galaxy Special Edition. The Special Edition probably just has some artwork on it, a little bigger hard drive, but that's gonna go up. I'm over here just off screen looking at a Series 2 Elite controller. That's went up. I am also, well, I don't got the headset, but that's gonna go up about $10. I do got the Sony Pulse headset. I do got that. I don't got an Xbox headset. I don't even know who uses that. We understand that these changes are challenging. We are, and they were made with careful consideration, given the market conditions and the rising cost of development. We're not taking any accountability for anything that we've done. It's everybody else's fault that we have to raise prices. Looking ahead, though, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players. What do you mean any screen? Y'all don't have handheld. Y'all ain't got handheld. And realistically, when we talked about the other two, which is the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch 2, at least you can go handheld on that. These are actually locked to needing a TV. They're just a base. They're a tower basically. So you have to have, a TV to play them on. What justifies this price increase though? What justifies what we're trying to figure out? Well, they didn't explain any of that. They just gave you like a very vague answer that doesn't make a lot of sense. But the issue is their games are also going up too. Let me see what else I got on here. I don't know what I all got. Oh, well, we got some throwback. I'll leave this up for a while. When we think about their games getting increases, they have said that their games are going to be $80 now. And a lot of people are blaming Nintendo, and I think that's fair enough. I think that, Nintendo is probably the leader in the video game industry. They started before everyone else. Nintendo was the first to market when it comes to video games in a significant way. I think Atari was there before, and there was like Commodore 64 and stuff like that before Nintendo. But Nintendo was the first one to really popularize it. The NES system with Mario 3, Mario 1, Mario 2 was absolutely the staple of video game consoles. And I mean, PlayStation didn't come till much later. I think it was around 1996 when PlayStation came. The original Nintendo released in the mid 80s, somewhere around 85. And then also, what was it? Xbox came even after that, I believe. Was Xbox in the early 2000s when it released? You got to help me out on that. And then you got Sega in there too as well. So we'll actually throw Sega in there, although they're not there anymore. Sega's gone. Like they're no longer here. And it'd be nice if Sega made a comeback. I like the Sega controller with the 3 big buttons on it, the A, B, and C. That was really cool. So can we blame Nintendo for this? I don't really think so. But these companies, I think a lot of people think that they're at odds and they're really fighting with each other. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes for sure. Some people do, some people don't. But I mean, as in a public space, we don't. But I will tell you this, these companies are not as at odds as you think. They actually work together and communicate with each other a lot more than we know. They put on a show for the people. It's no different than politics. It's no different than wrestling, where these wrestlers act like they hate each other and they hate each other's guts, but they take the same bus to every venue that they go to. It's all for theater and show. And trust me when I tell you that they're like, hey, if we start to raise prices, are you going to follow suit? Yes, absolutely. I'll give you a perfect example of it. Apple and Samsung is a perfect example. Remember when Apple decided to remove the headphone jack from their headphone jack from their phones? They were the first ones to do it. And all the other phone companies, specifically Samsung and the Galaxy series, said, we're never going to remove our auxiliary jack. We're going to keep the headphone jack. We want a wire connection to our phones. And they actually made videos taunting Apple at that point. I mean, and Apple, they actually they stuck with it. They were like, whatever. And, all of us did basically what we're doing now. We brought it up and we complained about it. And at some point, we thought that it would work, but they just continue to push through. And eventually, it was over for us. We lost the headphone jack altogether, and Samsung basically just followed Apple's lead. And they do this. They bounce back and forth against one another. I was trying to find the video, but do we got it? I think we got it right here. Let me see if this one works. Oh yeah, we got it right here.
Does the tank come with a fast charger?
No.
I hear the Galaxy S9 comes with a fast charger.
Yeah, but you could just buy a USB-C to lightning cable and then also get the fast charging adapter.
Oh.
Should do the job. Have a great day.
Next in line, please. One shot to try these out. Oh, sorry, 1 second. It's loading. Look. All right. Let's speed this up.
Upgrade it. DxO Mark scores, haven't you?
Why is the Galaxy S9 rated higher?
Technically, according to those scores.
Do you believe in the scores?
I believe in this.
Are you pointing to your heart or to the logo?
Yeah.
Galaxy S9 has one. So how do I get more storage?
Cloud.
Oh, yeah. I don't want my stuff up there. I don't want it on the phone.
Forget this guy. Buy this guy.
Oh.
It's just $140 more. So we doing this?
A what?
A dongle.
A dongle?
Yeah.
Here it is right here. It's it right here. The headphone jack.
Can I still use these headphones with the 10?
Yeah, but you'll need an adapter, or as most people like to call it, a dongle.
A what?
A dongle.
A dongle?
Yeah, a dongle. It comes in the box.
But what if I just need to charge at the same time?
Then you're gonna need another type of dongle.
Like a double dongle?
Yeah, double dongle.
This is funny, though.
Yes.
That sounds explicit.
All right, team. So we got it right here. We got it right here. And you know, we've seen this from these companies where at first they're like, yeah, we're gonna be anti-consumer, or we're gonna be pro-consumer, I should say, not anti-consumer. And you know, Microsoft had that opportunity. They had the opportunity to basically lower the price, and they would have got all the love and support from the community. Now, I do want to say this, because a lot of people don't understand this part of it. And it's that what happens on YouTube and on these spaces is not what happens in the mainstream. The casual people do not. I know people right now that don't even watch YouTube. They'll say, I'm not on YouTube. They'll say, I'm not on YouTube. Like, being on YouTube is like something that you have to be on. They don't even got the app on their phone. You would think, because sometimes you'll probably wonder, like, why do these companies still advertise? Like, why does Apple need to advertise the iPhone? Because some people don't have an iPhone. Like, it's crazy enough to think the people that go in to just buy a console that don't really follow what's going on, don't really understand everything that's happening behind the scenes like we do, they actually just go in and pay the money. I would never go and buy an Xbox from the store. Like, I'm gonna buy used for sure. I'm gonna go on Marketplace the same way I sold mine for $280. I can probably buy one for around the same price. I gave a pretty good player deal. Now, if I'd have sold it today, I'd have probably got an extra like $50 for it because the price went up. But I'm fine with that.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Sony is on the way. Sony is on the way. Let's look at these prices over here real quick. I did want to look at some of the prices that we've experienced in the past. Remember when Nintendo said, we're going to sell you the Nintendo GameCube for $99.90. $100 bill for a system is insane. Okay? I mean, that's absolutely crazy. And on the Switch too, we're getting the Nintendo GameCube, what do you call it? The emulator on there. So we'll get the GameCube on the Switch now, which I'm pretty excited for. I think it'll be cool. Although, I mean, we can really just run emulators and play it. A lot of times we just want the ease of use, and that's what consoles are. A lot of people don't want to use PCs because they're a bit more complicated to use, but once you learn them, they're not that complicated. To build a PC, I mean, it'll last for a very long time, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can customize every single piece of it. It's one of the reasons why I use an Android phone over an iOS phone, although everything else I use is Apple. Like, even here, as you can see, I'm using a MacBook, and off camera, I have an iMac that I use when it comes to my computing, because I don't like Windows. And going back to Microsoft, it's it's pretty disturbing the way that they have moved at this point, because they had something good going. Now, I'm not going to pull the graphic up, but they're actually doing well. They're down on console sales. I think it was like 7%, but everything else they're up on. There was one other thing they're down on, but like their online digital subscription and all that type of stuff, they're up on that right now. There's absolutely no reason for them to be greedy like this. And a lot of times we talked about loss leaders in other videos. Your console sometimes needs to be a loss leader. Like, okay, maybe you'll break even on the console, or you might even take a small haircut on it, but you're making so much money on Game Pass, you're making so much money on digital sales, nobody even talks about merchandise. There's people that just buy merchandise. Like some people will have videos where they'll have a big Xbox logo in the back of or a Microsoft logo in the back of their thing, or they'll buy plushies that are made by Microsoft, and they like to buy collector's editions, and they buy Microsoft refrigerators. Like, you remember when the Microsoft refrigerator came out? People were buying it. They probably got one off screen when they're recording videos or at their home where they're grabbing beers out of it. Like, they make so much other money that it's really completely unnecessary for them to raise the price of the console when they can get more money out of people being a little more reasonable. And you'll see down here at the bottom, we got the Xbox 360 that after savings you can get for $199. 250 gig console bundle. This is a whole bundle. $349 value. You get the Xbox Series, you get a controller, a headset, you get Xbox Live, 3 months for free, Fable and Halo Reach, all for the price of $199. And that's when our dollar was actually more valuable than it is now. You can see we got a couple of PlayStations on either corner, top or bottom. And, you know, it's just crazy, right? And when they talk about they'll talk about the tariffs and the cost of production and all that. But the truth is, and just to break that down, it doesn't really matter because most of their sales are digital now. So that has nothing to do with importing or anything like that. If I sell you a digital product, there's absolutely no reason that I need to talk about anything physical or anything blocking it. Now, this is the console. I get that. They do make the consoles outside of certain countries, but they can manufacture in America if they want to. It's all just really anti-consumer. And, you know, at this point, you know, we got to deal with it or we don't. We can come together as a team, the team that we are, and say, screw these fools. So this Xbox right here that I have, this one right here, I mean, I've already bought it. I didn't pay the price that they're asking, but I don't even know if I want to support Xbox at this point anymore. There's really no reason to. They don't really have that many exclusives on the Xbox. And whatever they have on there, I can run on a PC. So I'll probably end up just giving that. Maybe I'll give it away on here. Maybe I'll give it away to a kid. Probably give it away to a kid. There's a reason that it's been sitting in the box brand new. I really don't want to use it. I would open it and have it and not really put any time into it, to be honest. I mostly play other consoles. It's tough. It's tough, team. And we're going through a very, very strange time. And everybody is talking about there being an apocalypse or basically the game industry crashing like it did in former years where it got saturated and it got overpriced. And it just, like, families couldn't enjoy it. And only the hardcore elite guys are going to be buying this stuff. And that's just not enough for sustainability. You have to get casuals and just normal people to want to indulge in your product for it to be successful. Team, we're at a very, very weird time. Do I have anything else? Graphic here. Yeah. We were looking at this graphic right here and just kind of seeing like this console that is, I mean, at least the PS5 Pro got a refresh last year. So this is enhanced and all of that type of stuff. But it's actually more now. The original Xbox Series X that came out in 2020 cost more than the 2024 PS5 Pro. It really makes no sense on Microsoft's part to do this. I don't get their logic, and there's got to be a reason that they're doing it, but I can't really see how it benefits them. But maybe it does. Maybe they got a backdoor deal with PlayStation to make them look better, and then ultimately they get some type of kickback for it. It's all just very, very strange to me. We also got the news that GTA 6 is getting pushed back for a whole nother year, so it all just hurts, and I'll talk about that in another video. Team, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best audience on the internet. I'm going to go undirect the perspective for this, and we are going to go dark. I just don't see any reason to be light on this. There's really nothing good that comes out of this for anybody. You know, I think we're all just at a point where we're fed up with the prices of everything increasing and the wages not really matching with that. I mean, there are people that can afford these things, but I don't really care about the price of things. I care about the value of it. So when we look at what's going on right now, it's not that the price is increasing. It's that the value of what you're selling does not match the price, okay? So why on earth would you buy a Toyota Corolla that is a 2025 model, just for instance, when you could buy I don't know, a Lamborghini sedan for the same or a similar price? The value of the Lamborghini now has value at that same price where the Corolla doesn't. The Corolla needs to cost half of that price, and then it's worth buying. You're trying to have us pay for things that don't meet the value of it, and I think that's the big issue here. If you want to raise the price to the Xbox to $800 or $729, I guess in this situation, that's fine, but just justify the price increase. What are we getting extra that makes it worth you charging us extra? Nothing. It's the exact same thing that you were offering us before, and you're just raising the price for something that we have no control over. We did not make anything in this country go up in price. Nothing. Nothing. The people that you're selling this to did not cause the price increases. So why are we the ones that have to take the hit for it? If anything, Xbox is more likely to be responsible for, not Xbox, but Microsoft. Like, y'all the ones that run the nation. Y'all control damn near the whole computer industry. You know, it's just like, it's crazy, team. We could talk about this forever. I could go on forever, but I'm going to leave it here. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are absolutely the best audience on the internet. That's why we're a team. That's why I rock out with y'all in all the ways. I got y'all. I'm here for y'all. I'm going to fight with y'all 100%. We're going to fight together. I don't even mean with y'all. We're going to do this together. We got to come together and be a team on this, and we got to come up with a solution. So hopefully all the YouTubers and everybody that watches us kind of correlates how we're going to move as far as combating these Goliaths of companies that just don't care about us, even though they sit there and want to siphon our money, and they need us. They need us. We don't need them. We don't need games and video games and all that. Okay? We don't. And they're taking the experience away from our kids. All the things that we grew up as kids that our parents were able to afford, for the most part, you know, they're stealing that away from our kids because of the price. At some point, instead of you making $100 million, just make $50 million and give the experience to everyone else. But, you know, it's not about that anymore. It's about having more money than you know what to do with. I don't really think there's a difference between somebody having $100 million and somebody having $80 million. I really don't. And that could be the difference of you keeping the price reasonable for all of us to enjoy what you're putting out. But they won't do it, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. Let me get out of here, team. I appreciate y'all. What y'all think I should do with the Xbox Series S? Y'all think I should get us away on the channel? Oh, by the way, Anybody that comments moving forward, I'm gonna start pinning your comments when you make a really good comment. So definitely comment, share, like, subscribe. I am out. Peace.